Never overlook the power of simplicity. Robin S. Sharma. Well, almost happy Thanksgiving as I record this. Markets are closing in about 40 minutes or so. They'll be closed in the United States on Thursday, and then a short trading day on Friday. So this is a weird kind of week. And where do we see things right now? Well, the magic of the weekly vertical crossover continues. It is a story we see repeat itself time and time again as we look at where we are on the S&P 500 right now, up 0.35%. Decent sized candle, higher high on the weekly chart, moving in the right direction on the 2-day and the half-day charts. We can see that things are above the weekly trend line, which is always a good sign. As we look at this latest 2-day candle, it will be closing. This is just the first day, so either the chart is going to close it after the holiday or it's going to route it for Friday, and it may do half the day on Friday. We'll see when we get there, but right now as we look at it, we can tell that it is reaching a higher high. We see where things popped up in the morning, a little bit pulling back in the afternoon, but still up for the day. Right now, 0.37%. So again, things going in the right direction. Now look at where we are topping. Let's move that down a little bit. We are about, we're just not too far away from where we topped before at 460.79. We're at 454, almost 455 right now. So again, if we look at where things topped previously back on the 5th of September, we can see that we've gone a little bit above that week starting then. So we'll keep an eye on things, see where they're going on the S&P. Now we look at the NASDAQ 100 up a little bit more, 0.42%. Again, very similar, almost a ditto there on the weekly chart. 2-day chart, half-day chart, up higher in the morning, not as high in the afternoon. Again, going in the right direction. Things looking great. When we see where things topped out before, you can see the week starting the 17th of July. We've already actually pushed above that. So we'll see how this continues to develop. But again, a nice up week so far in both the NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500. We look at stocks. And of course, as we see things moving along, we can see that this week is another up week. We had all of this high volume where things bottomed out and then turned around. And of course, we've seen things over the last now going on almost 3 weeks, continuing to push up just a little bit for the day, 0.28% above on both the 2-day and the half-day chart. So bonds going in the right direction. Also volume helping us see the way. Now we look at where gold is. Gold is down a little bit for the day. This is trying to be an up week after 2 weeks of sideways sliding and no real determination. 6 days of down candles. We've seen things as they've continued to push up. We had a rebound yesterday, you can see in the morning on Tuesday, where things really popped up, and they've sort of rolled off that since then. So we're trying to see what is going to happen with gold. We don't have volume leading the way, helping us out here either. We've seen volume actually continue to diminish, so not giving us a good feeling on determining which way gold is actually going to go. We can look back in the past and see as it slung sideways, not helping us out a bit. So we'll continue to, keep things in the fire, just sort of waiting before we pull the trigger. Keep that iron in the fire and just let it continue to heat up. Now let's look at where we are on Bitcoin. As we look at Bitcoin, it is up for the day 1.03%. We can see on the 2-day chart, we've got a spinning top after we penetrated that prior trend line. We may redraw this at some point, but we want to see something more leading the way. See where it was down in the morning, up some in the afternoon on the half-day chart. Bitcoin not helping us out a lot now, not reaching a higher high. This is going into the 3rd week of just sliding sideways. So we'll see what Bitcoin's ready to do. We've seen that happen before, and then Bitcoin, of course, rolls over after it consolidates at a top. So again, want to be careful there, and we'll continue to watch. That's where we are. Happy Thanksgiving to all our friends in the U.S. And again, markets will be closed on Thursday, open for a half day on Friday. God bless my friends. All the best. Thank you for putting up with me as I travel. I know that we've got a we're only shooting at 480p right now, so resolution is lower, so we can upload this via Starlink. God bless. All the best.